I'm going to show you today how to take a picture and turn it into a panorama for Instagram. So that new gallery feature that they have, so when you slide over, it's just one giant picture. And I know you can do this in Photoshop really easily, but I have a friend who wanted to know how to do it in Lightroom, so I figured out a way to do that. So first of all, I'm going to make it from one picture, and I'm going to get a picture that has a lot of white space around. That makes it a lot easier to do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my crop tool, and if you go over here where you can change the size, you enter the custom, and you just hit a 3 right there. So it's 3:1. Click OK, and then this is where it's going to crop it. So you can decide how you want to do that, the best feature for it. Now, this will kind of give you a glimpse of this will be my first square, this will be my second square, and this will be my third square. So you can change that to however much you want, and I wouldn't crop it too much because it will kind of deter from the quality, but remember this is Instagram, so it doesn't need to be extremely high quality if that's all you're doing with it, is making it just for Instagram. So I'm going to crop it about right there, I think. Okay, so the important thing to do is once you have your picture done, then you're going to export it. Now I forgot to mention that you do need to edit it however you want it. So I went through, and this was really bright right here, so I reduced my highlights right there, and I brightened up this side a little bit and lined up the shadows on my boys so that you could see them. So I did edit the picture how I wanted it before I did all this. Now I exported this as a high resolution photo to my desktop. So I am going to go in here now, back into my grid mode, and I'm just going to import, and I'm going to choose from my desktop where these pictures land, and there it is right there. And I'm just going to add it. I'm not going to copy or move or add. I'm just going to add and import. So now I have this in here, and if I double click on it, it's going to be big, and then I can go back and develop it. Then I'm going to hit this crop tool again. I'm going to change this to a 1:1. Now if I slide it over this way, oh whoops, you know what, I forgot. Don't forget this. I'm going to Command Z. Sorry, I forgot you have to actually make 2 virtual copies. So create a virtual copy, create a virtual copy. So that way, one picture down here is your first picture, your second picture, your third picture. So I'm going here to my first picture, then I'm going to crop it as a 1:1. Now I didn't even take this into account. He's going to be right in the middle. I wish he was over here on the side. I should have taken that into account. I might go back and redo it before I post this, but for the sake of just showing you, I'm just going to do that. Now the middle one, it will just crop right where it's supposed to go. So you don't touch it, you just leave it right there. And then you go back down here to your last one, crop it as the 1:1. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Now I'm going to move it over this way. Done, done, done. So if you see, this is what you're going to be, this is what you're going to get at the end. So this is your first square, this will be your second square, this will be your third square. Now you could do this with just 2 squares if you wanted to, or with 3 squares, or 4 squares, or 5 squares. But remember, if you're going to do it with 4 or 5 squares at the beginning, you're going to want to do a 4:1 ratio, or a 5:1 ratio, or a 2:1 ratio, depending on how many squares you want to make it across in your gallery feature. So then you're going to want to take all 3 of these and export them to however you get them to your Instagram. So I would export them to Dropbox so that I could just pull them up on my phone. So anyway, I hope that helps you, and I can't wait to see some of your panoramic pictures that are in the gallery feature now. So thanks for listening, and thanks for watching.